gorgeous girls and beautiful boys, men and women. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Temini Kolayo and I am a product manager. Yes, I am a product manager, a proud one. Yes, I'm a product manager. I said that I know. Well, let me tell you again, I am a product manager. All right, so what do we do on this channel? We talk about product management. We talk everything product management, and I might decide to start this channel to assist entry level product managers. Like if you've decided that, oh, I want to become a product manager, but I really do not know where to start from. I've heard so many things, but I don't even know where, as in what is the point where I will say, okay, now I'm getting started. That is why I created this channel, to assist you to hold your end while you transition from whatever role you currently work in, or you are just fresh, like you're fresh, you've never done anything industry wise, like you don't have any experience, but you just want to start as a product manager. You are welcome on board. And if you're an experienced product manager, I keep saying this and it's not even like I'm joking. If you're an experienced product manager, you can always come around, just check up on us. How are these children doing? Are they learning very well? What are they talking about today? What experience can I share with them? And all of that. Just make it interactive. And yes, we can always pick one or two from your comments. Do you get? So yes, thank you so much. So let's go into it. Today I am going to be talking about a topic I am so really passionate about, and it is MVP. Like, what is MVP? Most voted playlists, most valuable player, most, like, you can call anything MVP, right? But no, we are talking about products now. Products. What is MVP? When you hear products, MVP in product management, it means minimum viable products, and we are going to break it down. Really, I am so passionate about this topic because it has kept so many people in the loop of product development, and I feel like it is the best time for us to break from that shackles of product development. You get? So yes, we are going to be talking about MVP today. So what if I tell you, okay, what if I told you that Airbnb started with air mattresses on a living room floor, and Dropbox began with just a 3 minute video? So today we are going to be going deep into what makes a good MVP, and I will show you real examples that will change how you think about product launches forever. So yes, if you are trying to figure out how to build products that people actually want without wasting months of development time, yes, you are in the right place, and today's topic is actually a very good topic. So whether you are in Lagos, London, anywhere in the world, the principles we are covering today work everywhere. So MVP is the same in Nigeria, in London, everywhere. We are doing the same thing. It's just MVP. So we are going to be breaking down the MVP. That is, don't forget, I'm not talking about most voted playlist too. I'm talking about minimum viable products for those just joining us, right? And if you're a subscriber already, yes, this is for you too. But more importantly, right, we are going to explore what separates a good MVP rather from a complete disaster. So now let me first of all explain what is, I know you're asking, minimum viable. I do hear it, but really I don't understand. So let me just break it down for you, right? An MVP, that is minimum viable product, is the first simplest version of your product. Listen, first simplest, like the simplest, that one that you feel like this thing doesn't make sense, could be the MVP, right? So it is the first simplest version of your product that you build to test your idea and see if people are interested before spending too much money or time. So that part of your product that you feel like, is this thing really easy? Can we drop this thing in the market, right? That is your MVP. You are not really thinking too much about it. You just want to test if people really want this thing before pouring resources into it. So it doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to work well enough to solve the main problem and get feedback from real users. So just have this thing that I've explained, right? Just understand that that is what your MVP should look like. It is not meant to be like too robust. It's not the entire product. It is not even your version 1. It is not your version 1. It's just a part of that product that you want to test if users really want it. So now let us see what is that MVP. So now let's start with the basics. An MVP is not just a stripped down version of your dream product. No, like that's the biggest mistake people make. It's not like you are stripping down that product. You just want to like tear it apart and just pick one concolo. Yes, I said simplest, but it doesn't mean that oh you are going to like discard the entire product. No. So what MVP? Just think of it this way: if you are building a car, right, a bad MVP is removing the doors. And so what makes what? Why do you want to remove the door? So do you understand? So now the bad MVP. Let's say we are building a car, right? If bad MVP is you are removing the doors, you are removing air conditioning and radio. Now you still have a car, but it's just worse. It is car, right? Car without AC, car without radio, car without doors. I could even do with probably no radio or AC because I really am allergic to cold. So yes, I could really do without those two things. But doors, like bro, what are you doing? Why wouldn't my car have like doors? I can manage if it's just two doors. But taking everything out, no. So it is still a car, but it is just worse. Now a good MVP is like starting with a skateboard. We are still trying to build a car, right? But see, let's do it this way. What if we start with a skateboard? It is still car. It is still car we are looking at. But now we want to say, okay, for this car that we want to build, right? Let's start with this skateboard. It's the simplest thing that gets someone from point A to point B. Skateboard. It still drives that vision of car, moving people from point A to point B, right? Then you evolve to like a scooter, then probably a bike, then eventually a car. So each step solves the core problem better. The main reason why we are what we want to do is a car, like a means of um transporting ourselves from point A to point B. So we felt like okay, we really we don't want to just jump into the car manufacturing. We want to start with a skateboard, then from there we go into scooter, then a bike, then eventually a car. We've tested three products, three products before we finally do our car. So that is what your MVP should look like. Now I have like let's look at some of these examples I was able to come up with. Let's look at like an online learning platform for busy professionals. Now the problem is busy professionals want to learn tech skills, example data analytics, product management, but they don't have time to commit to long intensive course. So that long intensive study time is not there for them because they are very busy. That is like the problem. Now the MVP idea is you are going to create like a landing page, a landing page, then one free module plus calendar based cohort sign up form. I think we can start with that. Those are the three things we want to do: a landing page, one free module. Each of those courses, they will have their own module. Then we are going to do like a calendar based cohort sign up. So cohort 1, January to February, cohort 2, March to April. Probably you can rest from April to let's say May or so before you now start the remaining cohorts, or you can even do it two cohorts in a year or just one cohort, but you know that you are making progress, right? So features in that particular MVP, our online learning platform, is going to be landing page explaining the concept and value proposition, right? We are going to create like a landing page where everybody comes, they see what we are doing, they see the courses we're offering, and they know that, oh, this is what I should do, this is the path I should go towards. Do you understand? Then the second thing is learn tech skills in just 30 minutes a day, built for professionals with tight schedule. Do you remember who we were trying to target? Who are our audience? Who are we trying to build this application for? Busy professionals. So now we want to look for a catchphrase that will make them come to use our application or subscribe. So what we are going to do is learn 10 skills in 30 minutes a day. Da, cool. Me that I'm very busy, I know that okay, so it's just 30 minutes out of my 24 hours. I have just 30 minutes for this thing. Okay, I can commit to it. Cool. Then the third thing is one simple course module. So if it is just introduction we are going to do throughout this cohort, that is what we want to focus on. Intro to product thinking, with what are some of the things that will accompany that our course. Okay, let's say we are going to do short video, one quiz, then feedback form. and we are good. Then another thing we can think of is probably waitlist form to gauge interest and gather emails for future launch. So now, since we've seen like the first one, probably the response was great, right? Now we want to create like a wait list form for the next cohort to see how many people will show interest, how many people would fill that form to say, oh, they are interested. We can now gauge, do you understand? We can gauge people's interest and gather emails for future launch. That is how to go about MVP. So why is this thing that I've explained, why is it an MVP? One, you are testing the audience. You want to see if they want to learn this way before building a full platform. So these busy professionals, is it true that they will be able to commit 30 minutes to their study, or probably we need to reduce it? Then if we say that they were able to commit 30 minutes, we can actually hop it to like probably an hour a day, and that. Do you understand me now? So that is what we are trying to see. Then you are also trying to gather feedback on format, content, and tone. So that content that you are pouring out, you are churning out, you want to see people's feedback. Oh, do they like it? Do they want it to be more interactive? Do they want it to be more playful? Like, you want to gather all of those feedback for your vision, the bigger thing that you want to do. Do you understand? And the last thing you think about when you're thinking of that product as an MVP is you have not invested in LMS infrastructure or hired multiple instructors. It could even be like short videos created by you, and probably you have a friend that is doing data analytics. You can always tell the friend that, please, can you just create like a 10-minute video for me? Let's just test this thing. You are not engaging like instructors that will start charging you every month 3 million. You that you've not even started making money, somebody wants to come and start charging you 3 million naira per month. Do you see? So you have not invested in the LMS infrastructure or hiring multiple instructors. What you are just doing is you just need to gather enough to validate demand and refine assumptions. So all of those assumptions, you just want to gather everything, and you want to weigh your options that, oh, is this something that people really have interest in, or we are just wasting our time? So we also do not want to waste our time and resources. Now let's look at another MVP, because really, I really want you to understand MVP before the end of this video. So I'm going to like give you examples that at the end of this video you understand that, oh, okay, so this is it. So let's look at our second example. We are looking at an e-commerce platform for local handmade products. E-commerce, buying and selling, that's what they do on e-commerce. So if you are just hearing the word e-commerce, think of Jumia, think of Konga, think of Amazon, think of all those buying and selling applications, right? Where you Temu, is it Temu or Temu? Anyone, just think of it. That is an e-commerce application. So now, what is the problem? The customers want to buy unique, locally made crafts and gifts. Locally made, like they just want to get something, they just want an application to buy things and that, but they find it hard to deliver authentic sellers online. My friend was complaining to me days ago that she ordered for a purse, and the video the vendor posted this is random. The video the vendor posted, right, was different from what they delivered to her. And when she asked, the person said, oh, she posted the video before the purses were delivered. So apparently the new version of the purses that probably the maker sent to her was different from the video she had already posted online. So it was a case of what I ordered versus what I got. So now people or users, they find it difficult to discover authentic sellers online. We all struggle with that sometimes. So artisans, on the other hand, they struggle with visibility and logistics. There are so many truthful artisans online, really, shout out to them, but sometimes they also struggle with things like logistics. Probably their location is far from where most of their customers are, or visibility. People who want to patronize vendors that has like 14,000 followers on Instagram, rather than patronizing somebody that has like 2,000 followers on Instagram. So those are the two things we want to handle. Now, what is going to be our MVP idea? Our MVP idea is going to be a basic Shopify store or Notion page listing 10 curated local artisans, each with 1 to 2 featured products, and a simple checkout, like just a simple checkout form, probably a Google form, or paste our link. Like, that is what we want to do. Do you understand what the idea is? A Shopify or Notion page listing 10 curated local artisans. One, each of these artisans, they are going to be featuring 1 or 2 products. Two, we are not doing too many products. Let's just pick two. Let's start with two. Ticked. Then after that, now e-commerce application, is it pay on delivery you want to do? I don't support that. But you have to get like probably a checkout once you do the checkout form. So either you plug in like a Google form or a Paystack link. Google form maybe to collect their details, their location and all of that. Probably you want to do pay on delivery, and Paystack link if you need them to pay before you deliver. So do you get that now? So now what's going to be our MVP features? We are going to be looking at product listing. So you have like photos, descriptions, and prices for selected handmade items. Those two products that we've agreed that this is what we want to test with, right? We are now going to put photos. Photos, what are we get? Please don't post something that is imagination. No, don't put it there. Don't let us fight. So you are going to put photos there. You are going to put descriptions. Oh, local handmade bag with the size you put all of those things there, then you put the price. Please, I'm begging you, Nigerian prices for Nigerian people. Look at the economy of this country. Don't go and put one konkolo bag like this and you are putting 1 million naira there, my dear. All right, so the second thing we are going to look at is checkout form or payment link. You want to use probably like Paystack, Flutterwave, or Stripe. Those are the options that we have, right? Then the next thing is order confirmation. You have to send order confirmation to your customers. Once they place an order, their mind will be at rest that my money did not go. So you have to send like an order confirmation via email, probably WhatsApp. It could be manual or Zapier automation. So you could, I feel like for an MVP, yes, you could really just to make it look decent. But yes, you have to send like order confirmation. Then the next thing is Instagram or WhatsApp support chat for handling questions. Those are very basic because people might want to ask questions a lot. So you have like an active page on Instagram, or probably you have like your WhatsApp number embedded on Instagram link or something, so that you can always communicate with your customers. You are also gathering feedback this way. So now what you are testing is, do customers care about local plus handmade enough to buy? Like, will I just rather order from Temu, from a vendor in the UK? I don't mind the shipping cost, or really do I really want to buy Nigeria to grow the naira? I want to look at it. So those are the things we want to test. Then what price points resonate? Like I said, when you are building for we here in Nigeria, you can have your audience abroad though, but please consider the economy of this country before you list your price there. I don't want to, you even will now call it something Yawero shirt. You'll be putting 300k. My dear, stop it. Stop it, please. Yawero should not be more than 50k. What do you buy 350 for just one small labubu? My dear, please get serious. Then the next thing you want to do is, which product categories get attention. So you want to look at the categories. Is it kitchen, the items they're listed under kitchen, or do you want to look at private furniture? Like, you want to look at those parts. You can have like four categories. Now you want to check which of these categories are people really ordering from, so you know that, oh, this is the one that our users, our customers are really interested in. And the next thing is, are artisans willing to fulfill small scale online orders? Is it that this artisan, their mind or their mouth is wide, they don't really like all these people like Temi that she doesn't have plenty money? Is it like they are looking at people that are richer? Do you get? So you want to see if artisans are also willing to start small or they are not. So why this is an MVP is because it validates the demand for curated local products. That was what you were trying to test, without building a full e-commerce engine. Do you understand me now? So like I said, you are not building like an e-commerce. You are using like probably Notion, or you are using it could even be like your social media accounts. Do you understand me? So you want to validate that there is a demand for local products. One. Secondly, you want to, why is this an MVP? Is because it uses existing tools. So you are using Shopify, you are using Notion, you are using Paystack, Zapier to what you are trying to do is, you want to simulate the buying experience. So simulation is that you want to see, oh, this e-commerce engine, right? If it is a big e-commerce engine, we want to try it on a very small scale. Let's see if it's going to replicate what is on that e-commerce engine, like the big application for the e-commerce. So you want to do like simulation there. And the third thing is you can learn fast and iterate. Iterate is you want to build on what you have. So you can learn fast, you can see mistakes, you can see loopholes, you can see where you can leverage on, and you want to iterate before investing in inventory management, MDCU, delivery automation, seller dashboards, and all of that. So do you understand now? Those are the little parts of your MVP. So now, what are the pillars of a good MVP? So let's look at three pillars, right? Every good MVP has these three non-negotiable pillars. So the first one is solves one core problem. It solves one core problem. It is not solving everything that you've written in your PRD. You just want to pick this part of this product. So it is solving just one core problem. So your MVP should be like laser focused on one specific problem. That is just what you want to do. It is just solving one specific problem for one specific user group. Just one specific. These are the people. These are the customers. These are people that are doing e-commerce that want to patronize vendors. That, like, you don't need to like struggle with is it, right? You are just solving one core problem. Netflix did not start by trying to be entertainment, social media, and a dating application. They had to pick where they want to focus on. So what they did was they solved one problem. How do I get movies without going to Blockbuster? It is on our phone. You just need to download the application. Simple. Now the second pillar is it provides real value. It provides real value. So this is where most MVPs, this is where they fail. Your users should be willing to pay for your MVP. It is not entirely meant to be, even if it is not like direct payments, it could just be data you are gathering. It is feedback, it could be feedback you're also gathering. So your users should be willing to pay for your MVP, even if it's just with their time or attention. So if you are making excuses like, well, it's just an MVP, oh my dear, you've already lost. There must be something you are getting in return. Feedback, yes. Their time, yes. Attention, yes. Opinions, yes. Data, yes. There is something that you should. It doesn't have to be like monetary, but there should be something you are getting from that MVP. Now the third pillar is enables learning. So the whole point is to learn fast and cheap. So your MVP should be designed to test your riskiest assumptions. Those things that you said, more people will not use it. That is what you want to test. Okay, what if they do? So that is what, like, your riskiest assumption. You want to lay it out. It's not like a very funny assumption, something that you just need a convention, like, okay, maybe people will use it. It's a reasonable product, it's a reasonable feature, but you just want to test. That is it. So it enables learning. So what's the one thing that if you are wrong about, your entire product fails? If you are wrong about this thing, about this feature, yeah, the entire application, the entire product, it has failed. So that is what you want to test. So it enables learning. It enables you growing fast and cheap. So that is what you want to do with your MVP. So now let's look at some real examples. Now, the first one is Airbnb. I really like using Airbnb because it's actually a very good product, right? So let's look at the hair mattress story. So now in 2007, I saw this data, or this comment online, right? In 2007, San Francisco, Brian Chesky and Joe Gibbia, I hope I'm correct with that pronunciation, they could not afford rent. So what happened was there is a design conference in town, hotels are booked, so they bought three air mattresses and they created a simple website called Airbed and Breakfast, which we now know as Airbnb. So it was originally called Airbed and Breakfast. And what they did was they charged $80 a night for bed and breakfast. It was just like, okay, there is a conference in town. Everywhere is going to be booked. What if inside is my house, right? I just said to tell people that, oh, if you are coming to this event, though, don't worry, just don't come to my house. I'll give you breakfast and there's going to be a bed. All you need to do is pay XYZ amount. And that was what they did. So what they did not build, is that they did not build mobile app. They did not do that. They didn't build mobile app. There's actually one topic that dropped in my mind. So they didn't build mobile app. Secondly, there was no professional photography. let me just continue. There was no professional photography. Then there was no review system. There was no payment processing. So what they did test was, will strangers stay in other people's home? Somebody is coming for a conference. Do they trust me enough to stay in my house? One. Secondly, is there demand for alternative accommodation outside of hotel? I think it was like hotel is like the popular place you would go to, really. So was there a demand for alternative accommodations? Another thing was, can we create trust between strangers? Like I said, you're coming to my house. I don't know you. Can you trust me enough to stay in my house? Do you get me? So what we wanted to do, like, can we create trust between strangers? So the perfect MVP, like I said, it's when you look at how they started, right? That is actually a very good perfect MVP. It's nothing too robust, it's nothing too complicated. They were just testing simple things. So that is actually a perfect MVP. One core problem: I need a place to stay. Revalue actual bets for real money. And what you are learning is prove that the sharing economy could work. Those were the three things they wanted to like do. And they were able to do that. Now let's look at the second one, Dropbox, the video MVP, right? Let's look at Dropbox. Let's look at Dropbox. So Drew Austin had a problem, and he kept forgetting his USB drive. But building file synchronization is hard. Definitely, building file synchronization is very, very hard. So what he did is, so instead of spending months coding, right, he made a 3 minute screencast video showing how Dropbox would work. So this is genius because zero development time. Like, to be honest, you're the one that will do the work yourself. So it is zero development time. Tested the core value proposition. Okay, I keep forgetting my USB, right? I keep forgetting this USB drive. So what if it's just three minutes screencast video? What about that, rather than having everything in USB drive and all of that? And they generated 75,000 signups overnight. Like, overnight, people signed up on that application. 75,000 people, users, signed up on that application. And what it did was, it proved that people understood the concept. So the riskiest assumption wasn't, can we build this? It was, do people even want this? So this video answered that question for basically free. What they did answered that question, like, people actually want it. Now the third one is our own. Yeah, so we are talking about Paystack. Yes, that is our own. So Paystack, the Nigerian payment revolution. Here's one. It's actually very, very close to our African viewers. So if you are in Africa, yes, this one is for us. Even though we don't work there, but it is for us. It is for us. There. So in 2015, right, Shola Akilade was frustrated trying to collect payment for his previous software business, right? So he started Paystack from a personal pain. He started from a personal pain. So he was thinking, why can't we have good things here? Like, it's always a struggle, really. It's always a struggle getting payment from outside our country. Yeah, do you understand? So what they did was, instead of building a full payment platform immediately, they started super simple. So the name Paystack, right? It came about because it's literally a stack of tools to help merchants accept payments. Do you see the logic? Paystack, like, it's just a stack of tools to help merchants accept payments. So now their MVP focused on one thing, making it very, very simple, like dead simple, for Nigerian businesses to accept card payments online. So there is no complex features, there are no fancy dashboard, just a clean API that worked. That was what they did. So this tested their riskiest assumption: will Nigerian business actually use online payment tools? We have trust issue here. So if you can build something like that, you are a genius. So will Nigerian businesses actually use online payment tools? The answer was a resounding yes. So they got into Y Combinator in 2016, the first Nigerian startup ever accepted, and eventually Stripe acquired them for over $200 million in 2020. Please, which one of you is ready to start an application? I want to be co-founder of Soft Life. You know what I'm saying? I'll just be there saying, yes, guys, we can do it. Yes, guys, that's good. That's So this was actually a perfect MVP for execution. Solve one problem, prove the market exists, then scale. That is how we do it. Now we have Zappos, right? The shoe store that wasn't. You know Zappos. Zappos. Yes. So Nick Swimmorn, I think that's the name. Nick Swimmorn wanted to sell shoes online in 1999. But instead of building inventory, warehouses, and logistics, he went to local shoe stores, took photos of their shoes, and posted them on a simple website. You don't even need website. That your Instagram page that you are using to watch everybody. You can start from there, my darling. All right. So when someone ordered, right, he will buy the shoes from the store at full price and ship them to the customer at a loss. He was running at loss, but at least visibility was there. You see, it's not always about the money. That product role that they are offering you, don't better accept it. It's not always about the money. It starts small. So yes, it was actually running at loss, but then it was still doing it. So this tested, will people buy shoes online without trying them on? One, because we could have issues with, oh, my size, I wear size this. Will the vendor be able to get the accurate size? Some will say, oh, it's size 38 small, it's size 38 big. How will I be able to differentiate which one is size 38 big and small? And what happened to your leg? Why is it not on the same, like, what's going on? So will people buy shoes online without trying them on? Secondly, what's the return rate? What if people do not like it? Are they going to, like, will they keep returning everything I send out? So that is two. Then thirdly, what customer service is needed? Do we need to create like a board of customer service representatives to start looking at, okay, one, returned items, one, complaints, one, logistics, like what are the people that will now need to bring on board to help that business? So it was completely unsustainable, but it proved the concept before they invested millions. They were actually testing waters and they saw that, okay, maybe this one can work. Now let's go to some common MVP mistakes that we need to get serious here. Yeah, get serious. So what are some of the common MVP mistakes? One, let me save you from, how many should we do? Let's do three, really. Like, these are some of the ones I see all the time. Mistake number one, the kitchen sink MVP. The kitchen sink MVP. So let's just add one more feature. Let's just add one more feature. Let's just add it. See, my dear, stop. Don't add more feature to that feature. Send it out. Go live. Go and share it with your friends. So you need to stop. More features equals more things to break, more user confusion, and more development time. You've done well. Just be bold enough, pray about it, and just send it out. Just, you can test with your friends, alpha test, beta test, like, do stuff like that. The mistake number two is the ashamed MVP. Hope I don't cook beans. The ashamed MVP. That's like mistake number two. If you are embarrassed to show your MVP to users, if you are embarrassed to show you, if you're embarrassed to show your MVP to users, you are not. You are. I don't know. Are you doing it right? Well, well, maybe you are doing it right, because really you're not doing it right. Please, you see, you are okay. If you are embarrassed, you are doing it right. But if you are not a little bit embarrassed, right, you waited too long. Like, you waited too long. If you are embarrassed, you are doing it right. But if you're a bit embarrassed, probably you waited too long. See, when it comes to products, right, you cannot shame the shameless. That's the quote. You cannot shame the, you have to shun it out, like, hey, let me just take it out first, then later I can sit down and cover my face. So now the mistake number three is the forever MVP. The forever MVP. See, your MVP is not your final product. Hello, you've collected data, you've collected everything, you've collected feedback on that MVP. So please, that MVP is not your final product. I've seen teams spend 8 months perfecting their MVP. That defeats the entire purpose. Like, what's now the, just send out the whole product in Guyana. Why you doing 8 months on MVP? Except probably you have like a very small development team. But then if you now spend 8 months on MVP, how long will you spend on version one? And now to all right. So now let's talk about how to build your MVP. So here's your action point. The first one is, you need to write your riskiest assumption. You look at all of those products that I use. They had risky assumption, even riskiest self. They had assumptions that they were not really sure about. So you need to write your riskiest assumption. So you need to complete this sentence. My product will fail if what is going to happen and what will make that product fail. So that's what your MVP needs to test. You have to write it down. Okay, that okay, if this thing did not work, right, that means that this product will fail. So you need to test that thing that will not work with your users so that you will know if your product will fail or not. So the second one is you need to define success metrics. So you it's not just downloads or sign-ups. You need to do actual behavioral metrics. So for Airbnb, people will book a second stay, right? After they've used it the first time, they like it, they want to try it again. Now, for Dropbox, people will upload files after signing up because really that is the core essence of that product. So, now the third thing is choose your MVP type. So, you want to say concierge MVP, do things manually, like you want to do things manually, move around here. So, now what you want to think is you too, you want to also do things manually. So, like Zappos, we want to do concierge MVP. Now, Wizard of Oz MVP, like do you know Wizard of Oz, that movie? So you want to do like something related to that, like as an MVP. So you need to fake the automation, like Early chatbots could just be like a plugin, an API that you just need to plug to your application. Then also landing page MVP. These are types of MVP that you can select from. So you want to test demand before building, like Dropbox, right? You want to test the demand for that feature before you decide to build on that feature. Oh, the response is good. Now you want to start iterating. And the fourth step that you need to do is you need to set a timeline. So give yourself 2 to 4 weeks max. Like, okay, 2 to 4 weeks or anything longer than that, and you're not building an MVP, and I'm serious, anything longer than 2 to 4 weeks, you've already gotten the product requirement document. You already know what the problem of that product is. You've been able to come up with solutions. So what is left? Just build a small thing. Just tell your designer, the development team, the developers, okay, let's put this thing together and let's test it with users. Okay, fine. If 2 to 4 weeks is too small, I know it's too small, but let's say like 2 months for MVP. Does that make sense? Yeah, I'm considerate like that. Yeah, so let's do it that way. So that is what you want to do. You need to set a timeline for that MVP to go to people that you want to test with. So we are good with how to build an MVP. All right, so we've done that, right? Now let's look at how to measure our MVP, right? You have to measure the MVP success. Don't say, because it's just MVP. I mean, why did you do that? Why did you send it out for people to start testing? It's because you want to see there is a feedback you're trying to collect, right? So how do you measure your MVP success? So what you need to know if your MVP really worked is you have to consider green lights. So users are coming back without you asking. Okay, so users are coming to say, what if you put this thing? Oh, we really like this application, but we feel like, oh, probably it could be even in your backlog, right? But people have started mentioning it. Then that is good. That is great, going like to them. Then you also want to see people are paying either with money, time, or attention. But you see that people are actually, they are interested, they are invested in that particular product. That is actually another green light. Then the third thing is you are getting specific feedback about what's missing. Like I said earlier, right? Those things could even be in your backlog, but people are already coming. You feel, these people are very, very intelligent. Hello, we also have it in our backlog. So you are looking at like people are telling you, oh, what if we have this thing? What if you put it here? What if you know that they are really, really interested in that product? But my dear, don't overdo it too, because those people, when you overdo it, they will abandon your application. Then the next thing is users are recommending it to others. Like you see somebody, a user will just come, that particular application, oh, auntie, I also told my friend about it, oh, and my friend, she really, really likes it, oh, she did this, she did that. You will know that, okay, these are actually green lights, these are successes. Do you understand? Now the red light that you need to watch out for, there is no orange, let's go straight into red light. The red light that you need to watch out for are crickets. There is no one using it. You have product analytics tools on the application, right? So you know, you can see the report that there is nobody. It's just cricket silent there, like nobody is using it. Then you know that something is wrong. People try it once and they never return. Like they try it once and they just trash it, like then something is definitely wrong. Then the third thing is feedback is it's nice or it's fine. Everything is nice and everything is fine. Those are not constructive feedback. You need feedback that will get you to start working. Do you understand? So it's nice. It's nice. It's good. But then, what is nice? What is not nice on the application? Those are the things that you need to get. Then the next one is you are the only one excited about it. If you are the only one excited about that product, then something is wrong. Something is definitely, you cannot be the only one. Even you yourself, you should not be excited about the MVP. It is people that should be excited about it on your behalf. I mean, you were scared to even push it out. So it is not excitement that you should feel, it is fear that you should feel. So if you are the only one that is excited about it, then something is definitely wrong. And also remember, a failed MVP is not a failed product, it's just successful learning. So now you know what works on the application and what doesn't work, or what you've texted, what you've sent out. You understand what people want. So it's not like the product is bad, it's just that it's a successful learning. You can now iterate, you can now go back, redesign the whole product and all of that. So yes, I mean, I was really really excited about this topic. It's one of, like I said, it's one of my best topic to talk about. So it's your turn. I want you to try this. Pick one product idea you have, write down your riskiest assumption, and design a 1 week MVP test. It could actually be like it could actually be about your life. Your life, make your life a product. All right, just joking, just joking. So just write down your riskiest assumption and design a 1 week MVP test. So you share your ideas in the comment section. Please don't share about your life. Please, there are so many people online. Don't let them fest on our ideas. But if it's just random ideas about every other thing, like products, really, just share them with me. So just share them with me. I read them. Just drop your comments. I read them, and if there is anything I can do probably to help you refine, I definitely, I'll help you refine that. So if this helped you think differently about MVPs, smash that like button and subscribe for more product management topics. So yes. So next week, I don't know what we are going to be talking about, but we are going to be talking about something more interesting. Probably one of my interesting topics to maybe MVP to MMV to version 1. Maybe how to transition is a lie. I'll not talk about it. I'm just kidding. So yes, I want you to like this video, share it with your friends, drop a comment for me, subscribe if you've not. If you are just joining us for the first time, I'm so sorry. First timers, please raise up your hand. If you are just joining us, you can always subscribe. We do fun things here. And until I see you next week, keep shipping. Don't be scared. Push that product out. Push it out. Push it. Push it. Bye.